The Ukrainian military says it used a very low-tech way to sink a Russian warship that had attacked the soldiers who famously defended Ukraine's Snake Island after their commander told the invading force to go F itself. The Times of London reports that the Ukrainian military claims to have sunk the same Russian warship that attacked Ukraine's Snake Island at the beginning of the invasion. Snake Island became world famous when a social media post claimed that its Ukrainian defenders told the attacking warship to go F itself before they were killed. The Times says the Ukrainian Navy laid a trap for the ship by setting up a Grad rocket launcher and hiding it under camouflage netting. Small boats were then used to lure the warship to a pre-targeted position. When the ship got close to the position, which was in the middle of the Grad's kill zone, the Grad opened up, sending dozens of rockets tipped with powerful warheads screaming out over the ocean. The Ukrainian military says at least one of the rockets hit the ship, causing a fire that later sunk the ship. The news comes days after Ukraine sank its own flagship, a large frigate that was under repairs when the invasion started. The ship was scuttled to make sure the Russians couldn't capture and use it. Regarding the famous story about the Ukrainian soldiers who were killed after bravely hurling F-bombs at the invading fleet, it later emerged that those defenders were actually taken prisoner by the Russians. It still has to be confirmed whether it was one of these defenders who spoke the famous words, or whether it was simply a recording of a hoaxer who was speaking to another hoaxer over a radio. The way the Ukrainians managed to hit a warship with Grad rockets is an incredible feat. The Grad is a very inaccurate system that gets results by shooting a large number of unguided rockets very quickly, thereby blanketing a large area. This works well against slow-moving land forces spread out over large areas, but is very different from weapons that are designed to sink ships. Coastal anti-ship missiles are large and very expensive systems, like Russia's Bastion P system, which fires Onyx-guided missiles from land-based trucks. The Bastion P coastal defense missile system carries two P-100 Onyx cruise missiles that are each 8.6 meters long and 0.67 meters in diameter. Each missile can carry warheads weighing up to 250 kilograms. The missiles have two propulsion stages, and the launcher can launch each missile within 5 minutes of arriving at its firing position. It can fire the two huge missiles very quickly, requiring an interval of only 2 to 5 seconds between launches. Each Onyx cruise missile uses a solid fuel rocket booster for initial acceleration and a liquid fuel ramjet for sustained cruising, according to Military Today. With a range of up to 300 kilometers, the missile can fly at an altitude of 14,000 meters and dive to 5 meters above sea level, reaching supersonic speed during the final stage of its attack. The news of Ukraine's very unorthodox naval success comes as Ukraine is inflicting heavy losses on Russia's war machine. Many of these losses are the direct result of expensive weapon systems donated by Western countries. One of the most famous of these weapons is the Javelin anti-tank missile, which has helped Ukrainian forces to destroy hundreds of Russian tanks. The Javelin system has a day sight as well as an infrared sight for targeting armored vehicles at night. The missile's computer locks onto the target. A small charge blasts it out of the tube before the powerful rocket engine ignites. Here, the folded fins pop out to steer the weapon to the target. Or the operator can set it to top attack mode, in which case the missile flies up to 150 meters before slamming down on a tank from above. Once it gets close to the target, the missile's first warhead detonates to activate the tank's reactive armor. After the reactive armor explodes, the main warhead detonates against the tank's thin top armor, where the shaped charge of the warhead punches a hole through the armor, causing the tank's ammunition to detonate. The Javelin is a fire and forget system that can destroy tanks up to 2 kilometers away. It can defeat armor that's up to 80 centimeters thick, and each missile costs either $80,000 or $175,000, depending on who you ask.
For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.